Today I want to talk about the alkaline diet, specifically the plant-based or vegan alkaline diet, inspired and created by Dr. Sebi. Now, I read an article recently, and I actually have it right here, where it basically talked about how to follow the diet, what it was about, but the title of it was, what is the diet, why does it work? And instantly the top line said that it's controversial and it's strict plant-based diet, and it makes a lot of claims that aren't true, and that it actually said right here, it does not include enough key nutrients to keep the body healthy. And I want to share my thoughts on that. So I feel like it's been getting a lot of buzz. The diet has been around for some time, and so my thoughts on it is, I feel like it is beneficial. I feel like, can it be a bit strict? It can be, but here is the thought process. I feel like you shouldn't put that pressure on yourself. So if you're going to follow or practice this diet, which honestly I don't like the word diet, but way of being, but we'll call it a diet, know why you're doing it. I started on this journey towards eating more alkaline. I was strictly alkaline for a while, and I went on it just because I wanted to change and a reset, and I ended up staying on it for a while. And I was very strict at first. I wouldn't even go out, and I had canceled some plans, and I disappointed, a bunch of people in doing so. But I was strict. At one point, I was just eating a mono meal, which is one meal a day, and I was doing lots of cabbage. I did some nuts, some dates, avocado, and that was it. Now, when I ate that way, how did I feel? I actually felt great. I lost a lot of weight at the time. And a lot of that was because I was not taking a lot of calories. I was doing a lot of water, so I was really hydrated. And one of the things I also drank at night to help me kind of release and detox a bit was black cherry juice, which I still love to this day. But I did that at the beginning when I was transitioning into this way of living or eating and this way of this diet. And so I felt like it helped me to lose weight. I felt like I slept really well. It cleared me out. And a part of the reason why I also chose it is because this particular diet really helps to release, and was considered kind of mucus free. Now, if you're going to go on the alkaline diet, a plant-based or vegan alkaline diet, here's what I recommend. Drink lots of water, for one. I recommend it because you're going to need water, period, no matter what way you're eating. And water hydrates you. Also, sometimes when you're feeling hungry, what you're really feeling is, that you're dehydrated. So oftentimes when you're able to, give your body enough or a lot of water, you're able to actually know really when you're actually hungry versus when you're thirsty, and you don't have to do this, but I drink between a half a gallon to a gallon a day of water, and I wasn't seriously hungry as I used to be. My cravings also disappeared. I used to crave sugar a lot. I do love sweets. I have a sweet tooth, but I, didn't have the cravings I used to have. And when I went to eat foods outside of that, I could tell that they were richer. Now, what I also would recommend is that you do your research and you look at the list, because there is a list of recommended foods. The diet or the way of eating or living states that you want to eat things that are made by God, and not made by man. Nothing hybrid, all natural. There are a lot of foods that I used to eat that didn't fall along the line with the diet. There's a lot of foods I used to love, and I may eat a little bit now, but I'm not really a fan of. I also say find alternatives. So instead of eating peanuts, I'll eat walnuts. If I want something sweet, I'll eat a date. Try a little snack that I like to try. It's like a little dessert. Take, a date, maybe a little handful of walnuts, and a sprinkling of sea salt, and let me know how that tastes. It is an amazing dessert. You don't want to do a lot of that, but it will give you that sweet, salty satiation to satisfy the craving that you want for sweet and salt. It's utterly amazing. So find yourself alternatives. You know, instead of an orange, you know, you're gonna do something like a Seville orange, which is on the list, a sour orange. But if you can't find Seville oranges, get pomelos. Pomelos are like grapefruits. I just find them to be more palatable and sometimes a little bit more sour, but I love pomelos. So pomelos are the alternative to oranges. It's a good citrus fruit. Limes instead of lemons. I used to drink lemon water in the morning, and sometimes now I just drink lime water. Just know that when it comes to limes can be a little sedative. So just see how you feel when you're drinking that. But, you know, limes are amazing. You know, and you want to make sure that you're eating fruit that has seeds. And it makes sense because living things come from a seed. We come from a seed. So I would say that you want to make sure, like if you're going to do watermelon during the summer months or when they're in season, do a seeded watermelon. I know sometimes people get annoyed at having to spit out seeds. I don't mind that because I'd rather know that my fruit is real and not hybrid or, you know, grown in a lab. So I prefer, and you can get watermelon that's red, you can get orange, you can get yellow. There's so many different types of watermelon. So I love that when it's summertime and when it's that season. You know, you can do like a burro banana or a mini banana instead of regular bananas. You know, that adds some sweetener to some of your pastries, and sometimes it's just good to have in a smoothie. And I do that sometimes with, you know, spinach or my greens. Kale is good, you know, also in terms of putting some green into your diet. So, you know, there's nuts and seeds you can do. There's Brazil nuts, there's walnuts. And when it comes to oils also in cooking, there's actually choices. If you're gonna use coconut oil, I'd recommend not really cooking it. You're gonna use the two oils I'd recommend you cook with are grapeseed oil because it has a good smoke heat point, and avocado oil. Both of those are excellent and great to cook your foods in. And in terms of the diet, you can do some raw foods, but it's not strict that you have to do raw foods. There is such a thing as a raw food vegan, and that's another diet. I've tried that as well. But they can actually overlay. You can actually make some things that are considered raw vegan and still be in line with the Alkaline diet by Dr. Sebi. So I'll try those things. You know, one of the things I would also recommend in transitioning to this diet is what kind of things do you like? You know, look at what you like and then maybe try to replicate that. You know, I liked some pizzas. And what I do sometimes is I do a flatbread. Now, you can make a nut cheese. The only thing is on the Alkaline diet, nutritional yeast is not recommended. So I wouldn't do that. But if you're doing just vegan, you can do that. But you can make a nut cheese, some garlic, some herbs, not garlic, some shallots, some onions, ginger, and you can make that into like a little cheese flavor, or you can forego that.